Hey everyone, welcome back to J of All Trades. Thanks for tuning into another video. Today we are talking about condensation and higher humidity levels in the home throughout the fall, winter, spring months, and how you can use an HRV system like this one to help control the humidity. We're going to go through a little bit of maintenance and something that I discovered that really helped me control some higher humidity levels that I just couldn't bring down. I'll share a couple tips with you. And yeah, if you're having any sort of condensation, ice buildup on the windows, this is going to be a huge help. Stay tuned. One of the causes of moisture, besides an inexpensive window, is the humidity level being too high in the home. So are you having moisture issues on the jamb? As you can see here, this can cause mold to grow, and it can also cause damage to the casing, as you can see, when the water and ice melt and runs down and it's not kept up. So if you're having to wipe your windows down on a daily basis, 2-3 times a day, it's really important to try your best to control that humidity to prevent this. Just having a look at our HRV controller here. You can see that there's a wrench on the screen for service, and this is used to control the humidity in the house. You can see that it's set to off, and currently the humidity inside the house is 62. So when it's cold outside, 62% humidity is resulting in some condensation on the windowsills and whatnot, just from the having it be too humid inside. Okay guys, this is a typical HRV unit that you'll see in most newer homes, and this is a requirement because newer homes are built a lot tighter, better standards than older homes, and they don't draw in as much outside air naturally. So this HRV Heat Recovery Ventilator system is designed to pull in outside air and also circulate inside air, so that it helps the house breathe and it changes out the air, which is required to have a healthier environment. So taking a look at this unit, they're pretty typical. They're suspended by mesh ratchet straps. Usually you have an intake air duct, you have an exhaust duct, and then you have your 2 distribution ducts up top. This takes the place of your typical bathroom fan that you'd have mounted in the ceiling of the bathroom and vented outside. This is now drawing air, recovering it from the bathrooms, putting it through a filter system, and recirculating it back into the house. So it's meant to be efficient, and it's meant to help the house bring in outside air, balance it with the inside air. Just an all-around nice unit to have. So I've unplugged the unit. Typically it's on its own circuit, and most of them open from the top down. You're going to have 2 clips up on the top here. Just release the clips and pull down on the door, and here you see the inside of the unit. The part we're concerned with for maintenance is this main charcoal filter. It's got an arrow up here. Note how it sits in the machine, slightly angled. Couple foam filters that are really important to keep clean, and then you have the 2 fan motors, one that helps push the exhaust out and one that helps push the air, or sorry, draw the air in from the vents in the bathrooms. This filter just slides out of where it's being held. You might have to loosen it up a little bit if it's been a while. There we go. So you just slide this unit straight out, and this is what you're dealing with. And this one is filthy. So these 3 filters are what you're going to clean as a part of the maintenance, and this is just held down by a little wire spring. And wow, this one is really dirty. Pop that spring out, notice how it goes, and this filter simply slides off. So you take out both filters, And then we're gonna go wash these out in the sink and let them dry. So for these filters, it's just as simple as throwing them in the sink and washing them out. You can wring them out as you go. Now you can see how filthy this one is. It's been a little while since this system was done. And you just want to rinse these out. Don't be afraid to squish them up. Just want to rinse them out until the water comes out clear. And then just set them over on a rag to dry. And we're going to pat these dry as best we can. And then putting them back into the system with the air coming through from the fans, they're going to dry out on their own. But get as much water out as you can. We'll do that for both filters, and then we'll head back to the larger charcoal unit. Okay, so we've got our filters all cleaned out. I didn't show cleaning out the charcoal filter here. If it's colder outside, you can put it in a bathtub full of water and soak it, or you can take a garden hose and rinse it out. Basically, you're just rinsing through the grates here, pushing out any of the dirt. I typically have it on its side like this and just rinse everything to the bottom. No right or wrong way to do that. So we're taking our clean filters. I'll just show you guys. This clip only goes on one way. There's little holes on the side of the unit, and this clip just simply comes around and snaps back into the hole, and then just position your filter like so, and then you're just repeating that on the other side. Clip in the hole on the other side, and then just get your filter positioned. And there we go. This filter unit is ready to go back in. While you're in here and you've done the maintenance to the filter unit, go ahead and wipe out the inside of the cabinet. There's a lot of moisture in here, and it obviously, as you can see, it collects a lot of dirt, a lot of dust. So it doesn't have to be, perfectly clean, but give it a wipe. It's just going to help everything work a little bit better. Get the dust out of the intake vents here. Wipe the trays down. If a rag doesn't work, it will work, but don't be afraid to grab a shop vac or a vacuum and just pick up some of the dust that is falling down from wiping down all the doors and stuff like that. All right. So take your time cleaning out this unit. With a damp rag or paper towel, you can wipe out the fan blades that get quite dusty, wipe out the cabinet, wipe out the vent doors up on the top for the distribution and the intake. And then you're going to go ahead and we're going to put our clean filter back in. We're going to pay attention to the directional arrow here. It tells us what up is, and that automatically gives us the slope of our unit. So you're going to get it started and just make sure that the filters aren't bunching up as you're pushing it in, and then just slowly push the unit back in. There we go. Our filters are in place, and that's it. So filters clean, back in place, foam filters are done, cabinets wiped out. That pretty much takes care of all the maintenance to this unit here. When you're done, go ahead and close up your door and latch it at the top on both sides. And then you're ready to plug the unit back in for operation. And one thing that isn't often mentioned is that on the outside air intake vent, you can see the exhaust and the intake are both insulated and suspended up into the floor joists here. I was going to follow this intake air vent and follow it up in the joists and find out where it goes outside on the house. There is a filter cover outside, a vent cover, and it has a bit of a screen on it. We're going to make sure we take a look at that as well. Very important. Okay guys, we found our intake air vent to the HRV, and we have a dryer vent, a hood fan vent, and then the intake shrouded vent for the HRV. So this is usually overlooked, and people are saying, how come I can't control the humidity in my house? And they don't realize that no matter what you have, whether it's grass or stone or whatever, this vent is going to take up pollen and dust in the air. If the dryer exhausts anything, it's sucking air in. So this has a screen on it, obviously, to protect from rodents and whatnot. So if we take a look inside here, look at that. It is almost completely plugged. So little tip, make sure you clean out this screen once or twice a year. Now we're only running our HRV in the fall, winter, and spring, not in the summer. So this is a good time to do maintenance before you get into the season where you want to run your system and really control the humidity in your house. A couple of ways to get rid of this stuff. I've got bristle brush, and you can reach in here, hopefully you can see this, and scrape the material off, and you can see the screen behind it. The other thing I'd probably use is a good shop vac, if you can get the nozzle in there, and that way you're not you know, leaving the dust back on the ground where it could get sucked back up into the screen. So we're going to try and shop back this out as best we can. Looking pretty good. Got a little more on the side there. I'll get that out of there. Definitely big improvement. Some good airflow there now, I'm sure. Now that we got our vent all cleaned out, we're going to set our HRV to draw in some outside air on the controller. And just keep an eye on the humidity levels. We can actually set target percentage, so keep an eye on it, see if that helps. That's usually one of the biggest overlooked areas when you're maintaining your system. Okay. Back at our controller here, this button for humidity, we're going to set our target to, let's try and bring it down to 40%. I'll do another video going through all the modes of this thing here, but on the setting dial, use that to set your modes. So there you got circulate outside air 10 minutes, no movement 50 minutes per hour, full recirculation inside only. And now we have this setting, which is intake air from the outside only, no recirculation inside. So we're going to leave this setting on and see if we can get this humidity level to drop. All right guys, it's been about 24 hours, just taking a look at the controller here, and the humidity just continues to drop. We've had it set to pull in the cooler, less humid outside air. Fan speed just left at 1. We could have sped that up, but just left it alone. I'm going to switch back to a combination of 20 minutes to the inside, outside, and 40 minutes to the inside, which is the next setting there on the settings button. So yeah, now the number jumps around a little bit, but the humidity is drastically changed. I can see it on the windows. Condensation is is all but disappeared this morning, and the temperature is definitely cooler outside. So looks like a big help so far. All right, that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully that gives you a look into the maintenance needed for these HRV systems. They work really well when you keep them clean. Pay attention to that outside screen, often overlooked. If you don't have one of these HRVs, your home is older, a dehumidifier is the answer for controlling the levels in the wintertime in the cooler months. That's also going to keep your condensation off the windows for you. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting on these videos. Really helps, means a lot to me. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next one.